Social aspects of falling. Welcome to the first in a series of short programs about issues relating to falls and staying on your feet. This program discusses the social aspects of falling. At the end of the program, you're invited to discuss some of the issues raised. Young and old people fall. Falling can happen to anyone, young and old. Staying upright on two legs isn't always easy. We know that falls account for many accidents that happen to children. Athletes too, of course, can fall. It's also true that falls and related injuries are common in people aged 65 and over, and incidences rise in older age. As well as concern with physical consequences, there's also the sense of embarrassment related to falling, particularly in public. Why are we embarrassed when we fall? Everyone we talk to, young and old, say it's mortifying to fall where others, particularly strangers, can see you. It makes you feel stupid or a bit helpless. A few people, of course, say it's just one of those things, not all that embarrassing, but for most of us, we hate the thought of falling in public. Getting out and about. There's sometimes a lot of emphasis on people needing to help themselves to reduce the chances of falling. Advice like stop rushing, slow down, take care is helpful, but when you're out and about, what of other people's behaviour? What of, say, busy streets or roadworks or pavements that might be uneven? What of supporting each other, young and old, to deal with the everyday environment? Some of our own research here in Trill, for example, suggests that traffic lights don't give older people enough time to cross roads. A European study carried out across 8 countries asked older people about getting out and about. In general, a lot of older people are mobile. They're getting out and about. Some, of course, face challenges to do with chronic conditions that restrict their mobility. The study found that people had some worries about falling, such as feeling dizzy in a crowd, getting pushed, or feeling confused. They also talked about loose bits of pavements, poorly lit streets, and lack of handrails. There were also worries about social attitudes, particularly towards older people. The people taking part in the study talked about impatient drivers, other people pushing and shoving, even for some, a fear of being treated badly because they are old. The study suggested that the social behaviour of other people can be a barrier to getting out and about. One of the study's conclusions was that negative attitudes towards older people need to be tackled, and that we all need to be aware of each other's needs when out and about. Some older people say they would like more contact with younger people, and younger people get fed up of sometimes being seen as selfish, particularly towards older people. For example, younger people sometimes move about in groups, and they may need to remember to step aside for people of all ages. Older people too might be a little more tolerant towards younger people, who may seem loud and obstructive if they're near a shop entrance, for example. Finally, falling is embarrassing. That's not new. Perhaps, though, how we tackle it could be more positive. We know that taking care of ourselves at all ages, keeping as active as we can, getting out, eating and sleeping well, getting our eyes and hearing tested, all this is helpful. However, we can also think of our own behaviour and that of others. Remember, it's not just about older people changing their behaviour, it's also about changing society. For discussion. Thank you for watching. We really hope you enjoyed it. We would now like to invite you to participate in a discussion on the topics raised. The following are a few suggestions for discussion. 1. If falling can happen to people of all ages, why is there such an emphasis on older people and falling? 2. What can we do to help each other minimise the embarrassment of falling? 3. Whose responsibility is it to take care to reduce the risk of falling? 4. What one thing would you like to see change or be put in place in order to reduce your chances of falling?